Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing the 10th shelf now. This one just here, the last one on the third unit. Let's get on with it anyway. Hi there, welcome to my 10th shelf on my collection. Let's get on to it. I got this one, Halloween Uncut, the Rob Zombie one. Yeah, a lot of people hate this one, a lot of people love it. Yeah, I thought it was okay, you know, it's a little bit different to John Carpenter's one. But yeah, it wasn't bad, you know, it was okay. Obviously not as good as the original, but... Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So didn't really like that one as much as the first one, you know, it was okay, but one of his weaker films, I think. Halloween Night. It is like a slasher film. That's not a bad movie, that one. Quite a good bit of gore in it and stuff. That was okay. The Hamiltons, which is the vampire one. Yeah, that was okay. Not too bad at all. Not brilliant, but you know, worth watching. I think there's a sequel as well called The Thompsons as well out for that. There's a classic one here, Hands of the Ripper, which is a Hammer film. Yeah, it's like about Jack the Ripper's daughter or something, and she starts killing, like, you know, like obviously a dad Jack the Ripper did. It's okay, it's a good one. Not one of the best Hammer films, but still decent. Hannibal, which I've seen quite a few times on TV. Yeah, it's okay. It's no Silence of the Lambs, but as far as sequels go, not too bad. Hannibal Rising, which I really like this one. It was like him from his childhood and growing up, and sort of shows him why he became, you know, what he was. That was decent. I thought that was okay. Hansel and Gretel Warriors of Witchcraft. Yeah, really poor, that one actually. It looks really good from the cover. I saw the trailer looked okay, but the film pretty poor. Yeah, I want to avoid that one. The Happening, yeah, more of like not really proper full-out horror, but you know, it was, you know, it wasn't that great. It was okay. The Happiness of the Katakuris, which is a Takashi Miike one. Really enjoyed this one. I didn't know what to expect. It's I've put it on my horror shelf, but it seems to have a bit of everything. It's a bit of comedy, you know, a bit of horror, a bit of drama, a musical as well. You know, it's really strange film. You know, not a lot of horror in it. There's a few scenes where they come back as zombies and they kill them, and there's like a strange musical number with zombies and that. You know, it's an unusual film, but no, decent. Richard Stanley's Hardware, the special edition of this one. I love this film. I think it was a lot better than Dust Devil. He did Dust Devil as well, which I thought was quite good, but really like this film. Guy like sort of builds a robot and it goes haywire. It starts stalking his girlfriend and that. Really good, that one. There's Harpoon, which is like a sort of a slasher film set on like a ship. Yeah, it's sort of run-of-the-mill thing, not bad. Hatchet, which is a great movie. Like a throwback to 80s it was, like a throwback to 80s horror. Really good, like great character. You know, a lot of decent gore in it as well. And quite an exciting film as well, I thought. So, you know, really good, that. And then Hatchet 2, which is a lot more bloody than the first one, but, you know, it wasn't quite as good a film, but still decent, still good. Hatchet for the Honeymoon, yeah, that's not too bad. It's I think 70s, wasn't it, that one, was it? Very early 70s. Yeah, decent film, that one, not bad at all. The Haunting, which is the old Jack Nicholson, Boris Karloff one. Yeah, a bit of a classic, that one, you know, early Roger Corman film. Quite like that one, that's good. And there's The Haunting, was it the Robert Wise directed it, was it? Can't remember now. Yeah, Robert Wise, the one from 1968, 69, something like that. Might have been a little bit before. But yeah, that's a great one, that one. Some good chills in it, you know. Holds up well today, that one. Then there's The Haunting, I think it's like a remake of the Robert Wise one with Catherine Zeta-Jones. You know, just 12 rated, just like a special effects sort of extravaganza, really. You know, not awful, but I think the effects were like sort of centre stage in that one. Haunting in Connecticut, haven't watched that one yet. I don't know if it's any good or not. It's quite a recent film, that one. So, Headhunter, which is like one from I think 1989 or something like that. Looks like a sort of Red Indian zombie almost, like, and he's scalping people in, I think it's New York or something, and he's like a cop on his trail and that. Very low budget, very cheesy, but I enjoy it. Headspace, another one I've not watched yet. Don't know if it's any good. I've seen the trailer to it. It looks like it's, you know, it's okay, but there's Heartless, which I think is a British one, and yeah, that was pretty good. That was really some decent effects in it and that. Good performances. Yeah, not bad. Robert Englund in the Heartstopper. Yeah, that was okay. You know, it wasn't great. I've seen it before on the Horror Channel. So Hell Asylum. I think it's like a Charles Band production. That one. Yeah, did like a reality show or something, and you know, that's sort of survived the night. And yeah, it's alright, not bad. Hell Comes to Frogtown. The Roddy Piper's in it. Really good, cheesy sort of sci-fi action thriller sort of thing. You know, decent that one. That's alright, really cheesy and that. Hell Night, a great film. That really like after like an early one from the early 80s, I think it was. Linda Blair. Like a slasher film, very similar to The House on Sorority Row. I thought decent film that one. Hellborn, to another one I've not watched yet. Saw the trailer. It looks okay, but Hellboy. I suppose not really strictly speaking. Another one that's not really horror. Verges more on the supernatural, superhero sort of film, but you know, it's got sort of monsters in it. It's about a sort of a demon that sort of, you know, helps sort of people get rid of all the demons. You know, not a bad movie. Really good. All his films are good. So, and Hellboy 2: The Golden Army as well. Yeah, that's the same sort of thing as the first one. Didn't enjoy it much as the first one, but it's still good. Hellgate, which actually been a while since I've watched it. I've seen it before, but it's been absolutely ages. It's like a ghost town or something. But yeah, I remember it's pretty good. Hellinger, another one of them pound hardcore ones. Yeah, it's pretty poor, that one. They reckon it's a lot like Hellraiser, but nothing like it really. So, Hellman, Reign of Death. Really enjoyed this one. It was sort of reminded me of The Guyver a little bit. Sort of very similar to that. Guy sort of going around killing demons, like a demon hunter type guy. This is actually not the guy. This is like one of the baddies he goes against, one of the bad guys. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good cheesy fun, that one. Hellmaster, which is another awful one. I'll stay away from that one as well. The first original Hellraiser, brilliant film. Everyone's heard of that one. Great movie, that one. And Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Like that just as much as the first. I thought that was really good as well. I love the way they depicted hell in it and that. That's great film as well. Got the region one here of Hellraiser 3. I think it's the Canadian Red Edition, Special Edition. Still a good film. Still really enjoyed this one. Nowhere near as good as the first two, but you know, still really good. That one. That was a good version. Hellraiser 4 Bloodlines, which is the one that starts off in space and that. Yeah, a lot of people sort of don't really, you know, after sort of part 3, they don't consider any other Hellraisers. I didn't think this one was that bad. You know, I quite liked the story about how the puzzle box, you know, how the lament configuration box sort of was made and why it was made and that. And you know, that bit, I think that makes the film not really interesting. Hellraiser Inferno, which is when they started getting a bit poor from, in my opinion, from these ones. You know, that one was watchable, but not, you know, not great. Hellraiser Hellseeker, which, you know, was worse than Inferno. Just to get on there, they sort of get a little bit worse, I think. Then there's Hellraiser Deader, which, you know, that was okay. It was a bit better than Hellseeker, but not much. And then Hellraiser Hellworld, which I think was the 8th one, 7th or 8th one. That was absolutely awful. So there's one called Hemoglobin there, I think also known as Bleeders. Rutger Hauer was in it. Yeah, that was alright. That wasn't too bad. No, decent film. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. That was a great one. You know, very gritty and you know, brilliant performance from Michael Rooker in that as well. You know, sort of the film that got him famous. That one. You know, really good movie. Then Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer 2, Mask of Sanity. Yeah, didn't like that one as much. You know, it was okay, but not great. The Hidden, which I used to love this when I was younger. I gave it a rewatch fairly recently. I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as I remember it to be. But you know, more like a sci-fi action horror film. You know, got Carl McLachlan in it. Not a bad movie now. You know, still really watchable, but you know, not as good as I remember it being. Hideous, like a Charles Band one. Yeah, that was okay. Very cheesy. Wes Craven's The Hills of Eyes. Really good. I really like that version. That's a great film. The Hills of Eyes 2, which quite poor compared to the original, but you know, still has its moments, but no, not great. The remake of The Hills of Eyes, I really liked this. I thought this was really good. You know, a really good remake. Not as good as the original, but pretty close. The Hills of Ice 2, the remake of The Hills of Ice 2. Yeah, I didn't really like that one that much. That was, average. The Hills Run Red, which is like a slasher film. This catering's got like a doll mask type thing going, and that wasn't bad. That was okay for a low budget. So, Hillside Cannibals, which is like based on the Sawney Bean clan. Not that great, it was okay. Hiruko the Goblin, which is like the Region 3 one here. Well, it's Region 3, but it's like the Asian import one. Completely mental sort of Japanese sort of fantasy horror one. A lot of really strange scenes. Now I really enjoyed it though, but very different. So if you like your different films, worth getting. The Hitcher, the Rutger Hauer one. Really good film that. I've not watched the remake with Sean Bean yet. I will probably get around to it. But not supposed to be nowhere near as good as this one. So. The one called Hollow, which is like a cheap pickup. Not watched it yet, so I can't really comment on it. The Region 1 copy of Hollow Man. The Paul Verhoeven who did Robocop did it. Pretty good film, it was okay. Not bad at all. Horrible Way to Die, which is the Adam Wingard one. That wasn't too bad. Sort of an independent one. That was decent. Horror Express, which is an old one with Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee and Telly Savalas. I didn't really like that much. I found it a bit boring, very slow to start. It was okay in parts, but no, not one of the better ones from there. Horror in the Attic. Bought this one because it had Jeffrey Combs in it, but quite a low-key sort of film for him. It wasn't great, it was okay. It had some good scenes in it. The Horror of Frankenstein, the Hammer one. This was pretty decent, it was not the best Frankenstein that Hammer's done, but it wasn't a bad film, it was okay. My most favourite monster movie of all time, a Korean one there called The Host. Great film, that really good monster movie. I think it was one of the highest grossing films ever in Korean cinema as well, this or something, but really good. Hard to describe really, it's a little bit sort of like Godzilla meets Cloverfield. But great characters in it. The creatures looks really good. Well worth checking that out. And we've got Hostel, the first Hostel there, which was I like that. It's not a great film. A lot of people rave about it. I'm not a big Hostel fan, but that one was okay. There's Hostel 2. It's not too bad. It was okay. It was watchable. Hostel 3 one, which I think was set in Vegas. That was just like gore for gore's sake. That really wasn't. I didn't really enjoy that too much. The Hour of the Wolf, which I think is Ingmar Bergman's only horror film he ever did. It was more of a psychological horror, but it's sort of like this like he's writer or something, and he writes stories, and he goes to this retreat and starts getting like nightmares and things, and it was all right, not bad. Finally on that shelf, House. Really good. This one I really like. This one, William Katz, and Guy to Cheers, was it George Wendt? Yeah, that was pretty good, that one. I used to like it a lot when I was a kid, when I was younger. Recent watches, it's not as good as I remember again, but it's very cheesy film, and it's enjoyable. So I hope you liked that video. Thanks for all the subscribers subscribing and that. Get another video on as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.